How do we, the people, rise up and solve the great challenges of our time? We do it by embracing freedom and liberty. There may be no such thing as a free lunch, but this hour is as close as it gets. Welcome to A Free Solution.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to A Free Solution. Larry Sharp here on WYSL, Rochester, New York, WENY, Elmira, Corning, The Patriot, and WACK in Newark, New York. Newark, New York, that's kind of the cool New York. It just is. It's true. Reach out to me, 585-346-3000. You know, I'm also host of The Sharp Way. So if you want to see my show at night, you can. 7 p.m. That's when I'm on. But I want to talk about something a bit more local. My nighttime show is kind of more national. This was a little bit more local. And I want to talk about the idea that our governor, His Majesty, King Andrew Cuomo II, all hail the king, that is recently put into play, or at least spoken about and trying to put into play. And that is the idea that you cannot go to a New York State school, either SUNY or CUNY. For those of you who don't know, SUNY is the state University of New York, and CUNY is the City University of New York. And there are many of these universities across the state. You can't go unless you're vaccinated. Now, I get where he's going with it. I do. It actually makes total sense with the way he's been going, right? It's not shocking. That part I'll give him. It's consistent. I'll give him that. And we do have some precedent, right? Measles and things like that. We do have some of those already, and most people are kind of okay with it. But there are a lot of issues here. The first one here is one we've known, that measles and diseases like that, smallpox and such. I mean, these have been polio. These have been scourges on humanity for a long time. Culturally, we all understand that these are horrible diseases. We get it. And most of us, not all, but most of us have gone, okay, this is a bridge that we're okay going. This one's new. This one, a lot of people still feel, and data does show, that the youth aren't affected. They just don't feel like it is. And with that happening, are we pushing a bridge too far? That every time there is a vaccine that comes out, that becomes the mandate for us? Is that what we do? I hope it's not. I hope that it's not every single time that there's an issue, we immediately jump on board and go, oh, new mandate. Because once that happens, we're going to make a mistake. And now we're not talking about adults deciding what they think is correct or not correct. No. Now, we're putting in our kids. Totally different issue. We're talking now kids 12 to 15. That's the new thing, 12 to 15. Is that now going to be the mandate? And it's what, 4 different or 5 different vaccines? So now, if you're state of New York, you pay your bills for the state of New York, okay. You pay taxes, state of New York. You're supposed to be able to go to a SUNY or CUNY school, right? That's the reason why you're paying your taxes, right? Well, what if you're either afraid of the vaccine, or what if you're one of the few people who's actually allergic to it? How about that? Now, all of a sudden, you pay your taxes, and you can't go. Are we going to start all of a sudden? We're going to start having to refund? Is that going to happen? No. We're not going to refund anything. Not at all. You're just going to lose. And what happens when the private colleges, universities copy? Because they probably will. He's all about that. He's like, you guys should follow. Well, wait a minute. Do I not get to go to college now? Is that how that works? I don't get to go to college now? Because I either can't get the vaccine, I don't believe it, or I think it's just too new, or whatever I might think, or I'm just scared, or I have a religious issue, or I'm allergic to it. Insert the reason why. I want to be clear again. I'm not anti-vaccine in any way, shape, or form. If you want to get it, you should get it. My kids are vaccinated. I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with forcing people. I'm not okay with put something new into kids if parents don't want to put something new into kids. That's the issue. That's my problem. And I see this as going too far. And he goes even further. Not only does he say, well, you can't go to college in New York State, but he also says, well, if you want to create something for people who are unvaccinated, well, now you can't discriminate against people who are. Yeah. So you can discriminate against people who aren't vaccinated, but you can't discriminate against people who are. Doesn't seem to make much sense to me. Am I wrong on this one? Am I thinking something that I shouldn't be thinking? Am I doing something wrong? Am I making a mistake here? Am I not getting something? I think I am. I think what's happening is exactly what we think is happening. Is that what I'm saying? I think it's exactly what's happening. He's deciding what is right and what is wrong, and he's jumping it because it's politics, because it's fear. Now, someone just posted in the chat, hey, the flu is not mandatory. That's true. Right? You have a choice. If you want the flu vaccine, you should get it. And it might be good for you, depending upon who you are. But it might not be. And I don't get to discriminate against you. I don't get to go, oh, you didn't get the flu vaccine? Oh, you can't come in my store. Or the reverse, you got my flu vaccine? Ugh. Now I have to let you in my store. But that's what we're saying now. So now a protected class is the vaccinated. I'm not joking. Literally, he wants to pass rules and regulations and laws that protect you if you're vaccinated from being discriminated against somebody. That's a protected class now. I don't even know the logic of this at all. This one goes further than even I could imagine this one. So now most people are getting vaccinated. That's happening now. The worry is, do we go to the 70 or 80 or whatever is the percentage that they're concerned about for herd immunity? So now the majority of people are protected classes. But here's the reality. No matter what you do, whether he mandates it, rules, whatever the case may be, there are going to have to be exceptions. There's a percentage of the population that is allergic. I don't know what that percentage is, but whatever that percentage is, there's a percentage. So there's a literal exception for people who are going to maybe die or have a horrible reaction. But there's something more. There's people who, for religious reasons, don't want to do it. Do they also now get discriminated against? I thought we had a First Amendment. Obviously, I was kidding. We clearly don't have that. We clearly don't have one. I thought we did. Obviously, I was lied to when I was a kid, and that whole Bill of Rights thing was just kidding. That's it. Just kidding. But now we have that problem too. And I guess the part that bothers me most is the vast majority of New Yorkers are not even upset. Like, yeah, makes total sense. Yeah, sure. Of course. Because if you watched His Majesty, King Andrew Cuomo II, oh, Hitler King, if you watched him in his press conference, not only did he say this was the way to go, he also said, now when it comes to public places, sports events, sports arenas, we're going to now divvy it up. So you the vaccinated go here and the unvaccinated go over here. Well, now I got to look and go, oh, see, you're all the unvaccinated. That's the people who are the mean people who don't care, the selfish people go over there? Is that what that is? Or is that the sick people who can't get the vaccine? Is it that? Is it the mean people? Who's that? Those people get a separate section. And I get the concept again. This one, the idea was we'll try to get the venues to care. And they'll be able to have more people if they accept more vaccinated people in. But the venue doesn't decide whether you get a vaccine or not. You do. That doesn't work. So we can discriminate there if we want to. But not here? I don't know. All right. Maybe I'm nuts. Let me know. 585-346-3000. Larry Sharp, our free solution. Back after the break.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to mute this.
They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovation should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovation.
Sorry, I forgot to mute this.
The Finger Lakes Castle team is in its 7th decade of factory direct service to the service professional. From cleaning the ins and outs of your vehicle to keeping you on the road, Castle's got you covered. Castle makes streak-proof glass cleaner, FDA-registered sanitizers, and EPA-registered hospital-grade disinfectants. Remember, when you need to keep it clean, use what the pros use. Castle. Accept no substitutes.
A message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passers-by are more likely to take a video. There's a better use for your phone when an officer's in trouble. Call 911. Tell the operator where you are and what you see. Then, start your video to provide evidence later. To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit nationalpolice.org. That's nationalpolice.org.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
Larry Sharp here on A Free Solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York. WENY, Elmira, recording the Patriot, and WACK in the cool Newark, New York, 585-346-3000. And by the way, this show is on like every day, not just Tuesday. Every day. You can watch it, listen to it, podcast it, whatever you like. How do you find out? Here's how. Follow A Free Solution on YouTube and Facebook, and you can see all the cool stuff. Absolutely. It is that easy. See, I'm good to you. Before the break, I was talking about the new mandates that are coming down for SUNY and CUNY, the city and state universities of New York, and how unfair they are in general. By the way, I hope my echo is taken care of for those of you who are listening online. So I want to grab a couple of comments from the chat if I could, because people had some interesting comments. Let me grab a couple if I can. Bridget says, why do we have to give up our freedom? America's not free anymore. Well, let me touch that piece. Clearly, we don't get every freedom, right? I wish we did. We don't. I got it. My biggest problem is we're not moving in the right direction. To your point, Bridget, we are moving away from freedom versus moving towards it. We've given up a lot already. That's where we are, right? We've already given up a lot. And a lot of people feel like, well, we're safer, right? So we're okay, right? That's how a lot of Americans feel. And you can see that by the amount of people who are not really upset about what Governor Cuomo's doing. Some are. A lot of you listening are. I know. But a lot of people aren't. I'm saying let's start turning in the right direction. Let's start turning in direction of freedom and start backing up a little bit here. We're still rushing as fast as we can towards oligarchy dictatorship. We're rushing towards it. Bridget, I'm with you. Let's stop doing that. The reality of it is if we rush too far or try to rush too fast in the opposite direction, we're going to create what I fear most. Scared Americans. Scared Americans do bad things. Scared Americans make bad decisions. Yeah, they do. Scared Americans accept sitting in their homes for over a year and destroying their economy and their lifestyle. That's what scared Americans do. Scared Americans create random wars on drugs and wars on poverty and wars on terror because they're scared of stuff. So let's fight a war against it. I'm with you. Maybe not as fast as you would like us to go. I just want to turn us around. Sandra says, blind compliance will make this nightmare never ending. Wow, it's a very good point, Sandra. Someone's got to say this is a bad idea. I hope we're saying it. I really hope that we're the ones saying it. Because here's the way I want to put it out here. Once you start saying that everyone has to, I now want to talk about the people who can't. Not the people who don't want to. Bridget, I know, wants to talk about the people who don't want to. I get it. I'm not saying you're wrong, Bridget. I'm saying it doesn't work as well if we instead say, what about the people who can't? Now, you're now punishing those who can't. Are you punishing those who can't because of medical reasons or because of religious reasons? Are you now creating a religious minority? Are you creating a physical minority? Are you being ableist? Are you? And I think if we go down that route, more people will hear us. More people go, oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is an issue. Maybe it isn't so simple, black and white. Get vaccinated. It's safe. What's wrong with you? Which is where their heads are now. But when you go, wait a minute, there's people who can't take this. You're going to put them in a special seat, in a box in a certain area? Are you going to say those people, they can't go to a hockey game? They can't do that? Is that what you're going to say? You're going to now stop them from living their lives? Some people will go, yeah, I don't care. Some people will. But there'll be some people who will go, yeah, that's not right. I don't want to punish those people. We shouldn't want to punish those people. You shouldn't want to punish a religious minority. That doesn't go well. And you never know when one day you might be that minority. So how about we don't punish religious minorities? And how about we don't punish people who have issues where they can't take the vaccine? How about we don't do that? In my view, this is actually a better argument than the freedom argument. I know some of your heads want to explode when I say that. I'm just looking at my state, and I look at the responses, and I look what people are saying. Most people that I know here in New York City, they're just worried about one thing only. Will the FDA approve it? That's it. Will the FDA approve it for young people? Then we should mandate it. That's how a lot of New Yorkers are thinking. So we got to be able to meet them where they are. We've got to be able to meet them where they are. So Adam says, you're on point. Logical fallacies abound. Yes. But remember something, Adam, you make a valid point, but I'm going to go back to kind of what Bridget was talking about too here. You're talking about having a logical answer or a logical solution for an emotional problem. That usually fails. That usually fails. We really want to try to the best of our ability to have emotional answers for emotional problems and logical answers for logical problems. We want to try that. This one's emotional because, as your point, logically it doesn't make any sense. Do we want to do it that way? Do we want to say, I can, without question, I can be mean and nasty to these people, but not the others? But think about it. What if you have a community that feels that vaccines are the wrong way of making their children immune? You may disagree. You may say that's dumb. I don't like that. Science is better. Okay, you have the right to believe that, 100%. And then please treat yourself and your family that way. Good on you, 100%. But somebody might not. They might go, no, nature's what matters to me. I want my kids to naturally deal with this. I want them to grow their own immune system. I want to grow my own immune system. That's what I want. And you disagree. Okay, let them. It's their life, their family, 100%. So now they want to go to a camp, summer camp. Some of you people thinking the wrong way. They want to go to summer camp. And they want to hang out with other people who think the way they think. That's kind of freedom of association, isn't it? That's kind of in our First Amendment, isn't it? Again, maybe I'm silly about this First Amendment thing, but I think we can do that if we want to, right? So now His Majesty is going to say, you can't discriminate. So now what happens? I'm a person who thinks vaccines are the right answer, and I think everyone who doesn't get one is crazy or dumb. So I'm going to go to your summer camp and try to proselytize you. And you can't tell me no if the governor gets his way. You can't tell me no. I'm going to go there, take my money. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to proselytize all day and tell you all how bad and dumb you are and wrong you are and science this and science that. And you can't say a thing. Otherwise, it's a hate crime. Yeah, I'm not joking. It's a hate crime. Now, I know some of you are saying, but Larry, people should get the vaccine. Great, then convince them. That's all I'm saying. Great. Convince them. Show them the value. Have them do it on their own. If it's a great idea, it doesn't require force. I say this almost every other show. Why? Because I believe it. Show them. Give them the evidence they need. Make them feel good. Maybe they'll take it. I think we can. Am I right? Am I crazy? 585-346-3000. Larry Sharp of Free Solution. Back after the break.
The new Dan Bongino Show, coming May 24th. AM 1040 Avon, Rochester, FM 92.1 Rochester, and FM 95.5 Spencerport.
Here's the latest forecast from the News 10 NBC Weather Center for tonight. We'll see a couple of showers out there, breezy and chilly, clearing towards morning. Temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s. A much nicer day coming up on Wednesday. Good deal of sunshine. Temperatures back up near 60. And by Thursday, with some sunshine, we'll start to notice that warming trend taking hold with some temps in the mid and upper 60s. I'm Rich Cadelia, WYSL.
Spring is here, and even warmer weather's finally on the way. To get the best out of summer, think Springwater Amish Workshop, helping you enhance your outdoor spaces. Springwater Amish Workshop has just received a new shipment of double kiln dried, organically pressure treated lawn and deck furniture. Gliders, folding Adirondack chairs, picnic tables, and benches will spruce up your lawn for family celebrations and get-togethers. Springwater Amish Workshop has all the decorative touches to make your yard distinctive, including wishing wells, lighthouses, windmills, and footbridges. Gazebo time is here. And of course, they specialize in storage buildings in the size you want, painted the colors you want, and placed just where you need it. Get the best quality, best warranty, best service, best selection. Get yours ordered today to avoid delay. Springwater Amish Workshop, 7936 Route 15 in Springwater. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit SpringwaterAmishWorkshop.com or visit them on Facebook. Call 585-669-9710.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
This is Vinny Dallo, founder of Cap'n Financial. I want to ask you a question. How's your health? In today's environment, personal health is a top priority. I'll be more specific. How's your financial health? We all know the importance of getting a checkup, but when was your last financial checkup? If it's been a while, or you want to make sure that you're on track financially, then you should schedule a financial checkup. That's why you should call Cap'n Financial. We specialize in taking a look at your financial situation and work together to get you on the best track and in the best health of your financial life. Find us online at capnfinancial.com or call today, 585-248-6769.
Vinny Dallo is a financial advisor offering investment advisory and services through Eagle Strategies, LLC, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. Cap'n Financial, its employees, nor NYLife Securities, LLC, or its representatives or affiliates provide tax, legal, and accounting advice. Please consult your own tax, legal, or accounting professional before making any decisions. Smith Lumber and Hardware Center in Lakeville is your deck headquarters. Fiberon composite decking offers an authentic wood look, resists staining and fading, is low maintenance and easy to clean. Fiberon Good Life Weekender Collection has a 25-year limited residential warranty and is on sale now. Visit Smith Lumber and Hardware Center, Route 28, Lakeville. Enter the $500 giveaway. No purchase necessary. See store for details. Smith Lumber and Hardware Center in Lakeville has your swimming pool and spa needs.
Yes, it's Turnbull tune-up time for your air conditioning system. Whether you have an attic system, a ductless wall mount system, or even a conventional central air conditioning unit attached to your furnace, call Turnbull today to schedule your appointment to save energy and money. If you need a new system, Turnbull can provide a free estimate to meet your comfort needs and budget. Call Turnbull today, 343-2005.
You'll be comfortable with the best. Turnbull Heating and Air.
In Avon and Livingston County, call 226-6180.
Here comes the bloom. Celebrate spring with a brilliant car of annuals. Everything you need for your gardens and beds. Farm fresh produce too. 7 days a week at J&A Farm Market and Greenhouses. Route 15 just south of exit 9 off 390. J&A, always blooming.
Mary Cariola Center is the regional leader in the care and education of people with disabilities, transforming lives in school and residential programs. Learn how you can be part of the Cariola community. To work, donate, or volunteer, visit marycariola.org.
A free solution.
It is Larry Sharp, host of the Sharpway Show at night at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to check me out there, do me a favor. Follow me, Facebook or YouTube, The Sharpway. But right now, I'm here on a free solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York, WENY, ENI, Elmira, and Corning, The Patriot, WACK in Newark, New York, 585-346-3000. Before the break, I was talking about the idea that many people agree with, which is you should get the vaccine if it makes sense for you. Please do that. If you think that's right for you and your family, please do that. And we should have it available for people who want it. Absolutely. And I hope lots of people get it if they feel it's safe. Awesome. Hope it works. All good. Most people don't think that it should be forced. Yet they don't care enough to stand up and say something. That's the problem. There's an apathy here that is a problem. If you ask the average person, and I've done this, I know it's going to sound crazy. I have a Sharpway TikTok. I know I have TikTok. It's crazy. I'm like a old man on TikTok. Sorry. Anyway, I literally went out into parks in New York City and asked people if they thought that the vaccine should be mandated. They all said no. New York City, one of the most liberal places in the country. They're like, no. But now he mandates, and they say nothing. That's the problem. The problem is not only do people think it shouldn't be mandated, but they're afraid to stand up and go, this is bad because of public pressure. So we've changed the entire culture that now if you go, wait a minute, stop mandating it. And not even saying you don't think it's right or wrong, no opinion on it, on the vaccine itself. Just it shouldn't be mandated. You risk being attacked, canceled, punished in some way, shape, or form. That's even worse. So it's you don't even have body autonomy. You don't have thought autonomy. The First Amendment, that's the first suggestion. That's all it is. That's not an amendment. That's not a right. That's, well, maybe we'll give you a little bit privilege. And that's how they're talking now. If you saw His Majesty King Andrew Cuomo II, oh, Hilla King, if you saw him on his press conference yesterday, talking to the owner of the Islanders, the Islanders made the playoffs. Congrats, Islanders. And he was talking about, hey, now you can open up your arena. People can come, if they're vaccinated, they get to go to this spot. Not vaccinated, go to that spot. The owner was honorific. He was, thank you so much for your wisdom. Oh, we are so lucky that you're allowing us to play our sport and to be in our arena and to have people watch us. Oh, your leadership and wisdom is amazing. It was almost that. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much. If you watch it, you'll be like, wow, Larry's right. Like, is this guy on his knees right now? Bending and saying, yes, we're not worthy. Is he doing that right now? That's what it looked like. It was that bad. So why would you step up and go, hey, why are you forcing people? Why would you mandate stuff? Looking at the chat, Nate says, I got the vaccine as I felt like it was the best choice for me. But I also understand the logic of not getting it. Once again, I don't feel like it's the government's choice. It should be a personal choice.
Steve from Rochester.
I think most people agree with you. I don't think you're the oddball here. I think most people think this. That's common, right? Adam says, I'm all for conquering contagious diseases, but the solutions must be voluntary and transparent. Yes and yes. Again, we aren't crazy. This is what most people think. But Adam brings up an important point. He says these officials have lost all credibility. Adam, you bring up a very valid point. When people don't trust the institutions anymore, then they think maybe I don't trust the vaccine. And it makes them want to wait because they feel, wait a minute, is it really the right answer? Right? And Joe jumps on board. He goes, he's a pharma whore, 100%. And they won't settle for less than 0 cases. Joe's point, I mean, I'm not sure I would use that term, but I get what Joe was saying. He's saying people feel like they're in a pocket of the pharmaceutical companies. So then it's about, in people's views, about the cash, not safety. Again, a lack of trust. This transparency and trust piece, I can't stress this enough. You want people to take it? You got to grab those pieces. Let me grab a call if I could. Steve from Rochester. How are you, sir?
Hey, how you doing, Larry?
What's going on, my friend?
Nothing. I just, I hear you talking about the whole vaccine, and I just want to tell you, I don't believe in what they're doing. I think it's wrong. I think the guilt and every commercial, every program, the way they're trying to push you into it is wrong. It goes against everything that we supposedly stand for.
What do you mean by that? You mean government commercials saying you should get the vaccine? Do you mean that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, every commercial, save your community, save yourself. Let's get back to normal. It's just, it's a total promotional thing on every channel right now. And even I work for a municipality, and they were asking, they come out and ask, did you have it? Well, and then you get the look.
Yes,
you get the look from people.
Yes.
You're one of them. You're
Yes.
one of them. What if you can't? What if you have an autoimmune disease and things like that? You can't take it. So now you have to go to the back of the bus?
This was exactly my point. Steve, you've hit this perfectly. My point is, I think the right argument is the argument you just made, which is the argument that says there are some people who can't take this. Do we then make them a medical minority? Do we make them a religious minority? Do we make them a physical minority? I think your point's a valid one.
I have a family member who said that they should take people like me and send them somewhere.
Yes. That's my point. Look, I'm going to touch a couple pieces of what you brought. Do I mind the fact that there are commercials saying you should get the vaccine? I'm torn on this because of the way it's done. If the government is going to say, hey, here is where you can get it, I'm okay with that. If it is informational, I don't mind. If it is saying it's the right thing and you must, that shouldn't be done by government. Now, if a private organization wants to say, hey, Larry Sharp and friends, I want to open up a nonprofit and I want to spend money telling people they should get the vaccine, that's fine, right? I personally, me and my people, we think it's right, so we're going to put commercials and tell you that you should do it. But government should only be giving information and not telling you what to do.
Yeah, or guilting you into doing it.
Yes, exactly. It's also true. Yes. But again, if the government wants to say, hey, here's where it is, no worries. I'm okay with that. And if a private organization wants to say, hey, I believe so, that's their opinion.
Yeah, I have a problem with separate seating sections and things like that, and basically labeling people. I have a problem with that, a complete problem with that.
I think this is going to backfire like there's no tomorrow. Because again, what's going to happen is what you just said. The thing you just said, people are going to see that and go, did we just do that? When that's on TV, and that's going to be on TV, and it's going to be on YouTube, and people are going to go, wow. Mark my words on this one. Steve, I think you're correct. And I think when people see it, they're going to all of a sudden go, this is a bad idea.
I hope so, Larry. I truly hope so, because otherwise we're heading down a very, very ugly path.
I don't like that path either. I'm with you, man.
Yep.
I'm with you.
Yep.
Thanks for your
All
call,
right,
my friend. I
thanks,
appreciate
Larry.
it. So I think Steve has a valid point. The issue here, though, is, as you've always heard me say, I don't mind using government for an information repository. I think it's a great idea. I think a lot of people, at least in the past, I mean, I guess Adam's point's a valid point when he talks about the idea of losing credibility.
Dave from Brockport.
Generally speaking, people do believe that government can be or should be a repository for information. So you can call them or see the commercial, and if you want it, here's where you can get it. And the government has the information for you to get what you want. That I'm okay with. I do get Steve's point, though. So let me go to the call if I can. Dave from Brockport. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm well. How are you, Larry?
Doing awesome.
Hey, I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was back around October and everything when Operation Warp Speed was announcing that the vaccine would be ready and everything. His wonderful highness there said that he was not going to take the vaccine because Trump had developed it or helped develop it, and he was going to have New York State do an independent study of the safety and the efficacy. So
I remember that.
Any reason aside, I don't think I need to justify my personal choices in life unless they affect someone else. That's my personal choice. Until I can do a safety and efficacy study because Cuomo wants me to take it, I don't think I should.
The funny thing you bring up here, Dave, is I remember this. They really bit themselves in the butt here in more ways than one. They were the ones saying, oh my God, everyone's going to die from this. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. There's damage from this. This is going to destroy you no matter who you are. So, of course, you now have a bunch of youngsters who now are afraid to go back to work. You literally terrorized them for a year. So, of course, you have people who are like, oh, my God, I'm a healthy 25-year-old and COVID's going to kill me. They believe that because you've yelled that at them for over a year. Of course, they feel this. So you've got that one piece. And the second piece, because it was the Trump vaccine, as you said, and anything with Trump's name on it is by default wrong and evil. So I can't take that vaccine. Oh, wait a minute. Now Biden's president. Well, now it's the Biden vaccine. So now magically it's okay. But you just scare everybody that the Trump vaccine's evil. So of course you have trouble worrying about trust and trust issues. I think you're totally right.
Right. And when they deploy troops to countries, let's say, that haven't conquered measles yet, the troops get an extra measles booster, right? So they can go into the country and not be affected by it. So if the vaccine works like they say it does, who cares if the guy sitting next to you isn't vaccinated? You've been vaccinated.
100%. Look, I was in the Marine Corps for many years. I was deployed to the Philippines. I was deployed to Korea. I was deployed to many areas in Southeast Asia. And when I was there, they gave me malaria pills or malaria shot or all types of stuff so that when I went into the jungles, that I wouldn't get malaria. I agree with you 100%. Yes, that this is what we do. But this, you are basically going back to kind of what Adam was saying, which is once we start losing trust and credibility, that's when everything falls. That's really where you are, aren't you?
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. Dave, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it.
Keep up the good work, Larry.
Thank you, sir. So, yeah, transparency, key. Trust, key. I hope you trust me at least a little bit. Larry Sharp, a free solution. 585-346-3000. Back after the break.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to SimpleTech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that SimpleTech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at SimpleTech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Hi, my name is Ryan Bourne.
And I'm Danica Bourne.
And we're the owners of South Coast Tax. We would like to thank our Lord for protecting us from evil. Psalm 91 states, He is my refuge and my fortress, for He will rescue us from every trap and protect us from deadly disease.
South Coast Tax are Christian-based tax accountants and attorneys who specialize in releasing bank levies, wage garnishments, and filing complex tax returns. We are the leaders in acceptance of offers and compromise with awesome results.
We are also a small firm who will treat you like family and not just a number.
Call us today at 1-800-TAX-1176 for a free consultation, and we'll take the time to explain all of the programs that you qualify for in order to allow you a fresh start.
In John 8:36, so if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. And one way we can achieve that is by being debt-free. So let us help you today. Call us at 1-800-TAX-1176, and together we can help achieve this goal by putting the IRS tax debt behind you for good. Again, that number is 1-800-TAX-1176.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
Yes, it is Larry Sharp here on A Free Solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York. WENI and ENY, Elmira, Corning, The Patriot, and WACK in Newark, New York. Thank you for giving me a chunk of your afternoon. You know, people have been talking a lot about, hey, I'm not against the vaccine, but I'm against the mandate. And this is an important piece I want to bring up. Joe brings up transparency is not conspiracy. He's right. The more transparent, the more open you are, the more you are open to people to not take it, the less conspiracy there'll be, the less people will fight you. There's no saying, and the saying is people hate change. That's absolutely not true. People change all the time. You change. You know you have. You've changed your job, or you've changed your home, or you've changed your relationship. You've changed all types of stuff. It's not that people don't like change. People don't like being changed. If I tell Joe, you better do this, Joe's not doing it because I told him to. Like, who do you think you are, Larry? He's not doing it. But if I say, hey, Joe, here's some stuff you can do if you want to, he might go, oh, I can do that? I'm going to do that. Same thing. Joe doesn't mind change. He minds being changed. He also minds being lied to and being thought of as immature. And when I say, Joe, there's only one choice, take it, he doesn't like it. When I say, Joe, there's many choices. Do what you got to do, man. Here it is. Oh, you want some info? Here's info. Then others will take it. He'll see it. He'll go, fine. I'll do it. Okay. Whatever that thing is. That's an important piece. That's what matters. It's not that people don't want change. They don't want to be changed. And the more, when this first happened, for those of you who have followed me back then, over a year ago, the first thing I said was I would make the state website the central repository for information, not just what the FDA and the CDC says that would be there. And so would other organizations too. It would all be there so that people like Joe could look and go, which one do I care about? What do I think is true? Let me start asking my friends which one they're doing. Let me do my own homework to whatever I feel comfortable. Some people love doing deep dives, and some people listen to what their friend says, and some people listen to their doctor. It's fine. You decide what works for you. And the more I give and the more open I am, the less conspiracy I have, and the more you are happy to go, you know what? I'm going to do what Larry said. Not because he told me, because he gave me choices, and he thinks it's the right one. I think he's probably right. I'm going to do that. That's the right answer. That's the piece. Vicky says, we need to stand up and say no to the king to task. No to one important thing, Vicky. You don't have to say no to the vaccine. You've got to say no to the mandate. There's a difference. And again, if you don't think the vaccine's a good idea, up to you. But we have to say no to the mandate. We just can't force people to do these things. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for our democracy. It's not healthy for our culture. It's not healthy for us as humans and for our community. Just isn't. It makes it to where the only good answer is just compliance. It's just compliance. That's not the right answer. It can't be the right answer. She says, nurse here, and I will not take the jab. She doesn't want to. I get it. John says, good ideas don't require coercion and force. Yes. 100%. 100%. Joey says, nobody seems to understand that most people aren't living life. The fact that your government takes a hold of your life shows you that fact. Ooh, Joey. Interesting way. You know, I talk about this often when I'm doing my coaching and my training and my consulting and teaching. I talk about the idea of so many people allow inertia to control too much of their life. So I'll do what's in front of me, or I'll do what the man says. And I mean the man in a figurative controlling that person, that thing, that entity. I'll do what the man says, right? I'll just do that. I think you have a valid point here. The more that we're living our own life, the less we want to do what the powers that be say. The more we want to have more control. It's true. But the issue, though, Joey, is has our culture moved us to where it becomes the norm, to where that's kind of what most of us think is the norm. And if you don't do that, there's something wrong with you, right? Is that where we are? I would bring this back to the first segment I talked about today during the show, which is I'd like our culture to be more that we're taking more charge and we're doing more on our own in the community that we care about. So you're right. Government wouldn't take as much hold. We'd be able to step up.
1 minute.
And more importantly, Joey, most important piece, if I don't want to do it, but you do, I'm not mad at you. And you're not mad at me. You might disagree. Larry, you should do this thing. I might disagree with you. You should do this thing. But I'm not mad at you. I'm not trying to force you. I'm letting Joey be Joey, and Joey's letting Larry be Larry. And I think that's the answer, right? That's the big deal that we're just not handling. Yeah, Joey, I think you're right. The actual solution is you be you, I be me. That's the real solution. And we'll support each other with our example and our community. That's the free solution. Thank you for giving me a part of your day. I will see you all in a couple days.